مرحبا.
نيجي نرجع لموضوعنا الداجو. اصلا قبل ما اتكلم ان لغاتهم والمجموعات اللغويه وكده اتكلم إن اصلهم. ففي زي ما معظم الروايات يعني هي قبيله بقول لك في كم يعني في روايه بتقول انه هم من كده وروايه ثانيه بتقول من كده وغيره. ففي ثلاثه روايات يعني روايه واحده قال بها الناختيجال. والناختيجال ده طبعا من الناس اللي زاروا وداي في البدايه في 1874 تقريبا 1874 كان في السودان يعني في دارفور او قبله يعني سنه سنتين يعني كان موجود في وداي. فناختيجال ده من المصادر يعني من المصادر الجيده جدا جدا يعني هو ناختيجال والثاني هنريش بارس. ديل من الاثنين المان. فجو وكتبوا يعني كتبوا كتابه معمقه بالاخص هنريش بارس لانه بارس ذاك متخصص بتاع تاريخ وكده يعني اكثر من الناس ناختيجال وبقيت الشباب الثانيه. ف بالاضافه للناس اللي جو حديثا يعني مع الانجليز زي اركيل وماكمايكل وغيرهم. لكن عموما ناختيجال ذكر انه الداجو من شندي. ويعني وطبعا في حاجه ثانيه طبعا انه زمن الممالك الوسطى اللي انا اتكلم عنها وبالاخص زمن ناختيجال اللي هو في 1800 وكده. الزمن ده كان في حركه اسلمه واستعراض كبيره جدا جدا. بحيث انه معظم الملوك اللي كانوا حاكمين في منطقه السودان الكبير من سنار لحد مالي والحتات دي كلها. لانه كان في ممالك اسلاميه وكده. كان معظم الحكام بيدعوا انه هم من العباس. ولانه الحاجه دي كانت يعني بتديهم رفعه. لانه الزمن ذاك يعني الاسلام منتشر وكده. فالناس دائما بتحاول تلحق نفسها بالبيت الحاشمي بالعباس بالتحديد. انا ما اعرف شنو. لكن حتى في واحد اسمه السمرقندي ده مشهور يعني انه يعني كنت بتتفولو وطوالي يكتب لك نسب كده طوالي يطلع لك العباس. فكان معظم الناس يعني الملوك يعني بيدعوا هم يعني من العباس او من الجزيره من قريش بصوره عامه او من بني اميه او غيره. فعلى كل حال الناختي قال الروايه ذكرها انه هم من شندي. وطبعا بالنسبه للسودان او بالنسبه للدول اللي حول السودان زي تشاد وكده. انه السودان باعتباره هو مركز اوروبا بالنسبه لهم. بالاخص مناطق نهر النيل الجعلين والمناطق. فبتلقى كميه من الناس يعني مثلا بتلقى عبد الكريم جامع في وداي اسس وداي بيقول هو من شندي. بتلقى برضه بتاع مملكه تقل العباسيه بيقول لك هو نفس الشيء. عموما يعني ده الكلام المكتوب في التاريخ. انا يعني بقول التاريخ زي ما هو. فناختي قال ذكر انه الداجو قالوا هم من شندي. وهل يعني بالتاكيد يعني هو بيقصد بيكون يعني قابل الناس اللي كانوا حاكمين او الناس اللي بيفتكروا هم كانوا يعني سلالة الاسره الحاكم وغيره. لكن في روايه اكثر من دي وضحها هنريش بارس. بيقول انه الداجو هم من فازوغلي جنوب سنار. وهم قبل ما يجوا جنوب سنار يعني اخذوا لفه طويله شديد يعني يعني من منطقة الصحراء الموجودة حاليا في دارفور قبل ما كانت الصحراء ولحد ما دخلوا النيل وزمن الفراعنة. وبعد ذاك يعني بعد انهيار مروي ودخول إيزانا لمروي. وبعد ذاك القبائل اتشتتت. وبعد ذاك هم أخذوا لفة طويلة وجو من طريق فازغلي ودخلوا. فبصورة عامة يعني الرواية حقت بارس بتقول إنه الداجو كانوا بيسموهم ناس فرعون. ناس فرعون. فدي أول شيء فيها إشارة إنه الناس دي مربوطين بالفراعنة. لكن بيقولوا هم حاجروا من وادي النيل بعد انهيار مروي. بعد دخول إيزانا. طبعا إيزانا ملك أكسوم دخل وحارب. يعني السبب ما عارفينه بالضبط لكن بيقولوا إنه يعني حارب وسقط حزم النوب السود والنوب البيض أو الحمر سوري. وبعد ذاك من هناك يعني لانه كانت مركز ديني الناس بتجمع. وبعد ذاك الناس اتشددت في المروه. وديك بتختم نهايه الفتره القديمه يعني. لكن على كل حال الداجي بيقولوا هم جو من هناك بعد انهيار مروي هم طلعوا. وفي روايات بتقول انه مشوا في روايه ثانيه بتقول انه هم جو عن طريق مملكه، عن طريق علوه، او هم كانوا جزء من العنج، وهم ديل كانوا سكان منطقه علوه المسيحيه قبل ما تكون علوه المسيحيه طبعا. آم، لكن بصوره عامه انه بعض التفاصيل بيقولوا انه قبل 3000 سنه كانوا يعني من مناطق وادي حور، لانه زي ما ذكرنا الزمن ده كان نيل متصل. مشوا الداجو، انا بتكلم من الداجو، مشوا لوادي النيل وحتى دخلوا حدود مصر. وكان عندهم ملك فرعوني، وفي حروبات حصلت بين واحد من الملوك العراقيين، انا افتكر يعني يكون من الاشوريين، لانه بارس ذكر الحكايه دي وانا اطلعت على المرجع حق بارس لما لقيت التفاصيل. فهو بيكون طبعا عن سماع من الاهالي هناك انه والله ملك من العراق، والعراق بمفهوم اليوم طبعا، لكن الزمن ده غالبا عاشورين او غيره. لكن على كل حال انه في حروبات حصلت هناك بسبب ملك من العراق، ودي خلى انه الداجو من مصر يرجعوا للنبته. وبعد ذلك من هناك تحولوا نحدوا مروي. وزي ما ذكرنا لما ايزانا جاء سقط مروي، الداجو انتشروا، وصلوا كردفان، وحتى وصلوا دارفور. في كردفان بالتحديد بيقولوا هم يعني من فازوغلي، وبعد ذاك مشوا كردفان يعني منطقة جبل غدير. وكان حتى بيقول انه الملك طبعا في روايات اسطوريه انه الملك ذاك اصر سيدنا صالح عليه السلام وكده، لكن روايات مكتوبه يعني. لكن على كل حال انه من جبل غدير في منطقه جبال النوبه، بعد ذاك مشوا غربا، مشوا مناطق دارفور، وحكموا في الزمن ده كان حكموا جزء من كردفان وجزء من دارفور. وحتى لما دخلوا دارفور ذاته في جزء منهم يعني واحده من الافرع حقت الدايجو مشت ناحيه الجنوب. والمهم معظمهم استقروا في دارفور. ومن دارفور لاحقا دخلوا منطقه تشات، منطقه دارسيلا. فعموما دي واحده من الروايات انه روايه بيقول هم من فازوغلي وجون طريق النيل وكده. آه، الروايه اللي حقت بتاعت النيل بتاعت انه هم جو من طريق فازوغلي ودخلوا من طريق اللي هم طبعا دي روايه طويله مربوطه ذكرها بارس. اللي هم من اللفه الطويله دي كلها يعني كان قائدهم ملك اسمه الملك خضر قدير. وذاك باسمه سمي جبل قدير. آه، في بعض التفاصيل انا ما اقدر ادخل فيها حسي، لانه لما دخلوا دارفور لقوا منو وتحاربوا منو وكده، دي ممكن نجي لها لاحقا. انا هسه بس بنتكلم ان اصلهم. في روايه ثالثه ذكرها الدرديري بن محمد الخليفه، عنده مخطوطه ذكر انه الداج هم من سكان العنج، سكان مملكه علوى المسيحيه. وفي روايه ثالثه بيقولوا الداج هم يعني جدهم الكبير اسمه الداج بن مرنجو بن كوش بن تنجر بن تكرور الاكبر بن حام. ف انا ما يعني الروايات التاريخيه دي يعني انا ما اعرف، انا ما اقدر اتكلم من الاسطوره والحقيقه، لكن عموما الروايات بنقول زي ما هي. آم، طيب في كتب التاريخ الموجوده في المدارس السودانيه بقول لك الداجو جاي من الشرق. من الشرق ما محدد، يعني مرات يقول لك من الشمال، من الشمال النيلي، او مرات من الشرق. وبيصنفوا يعني من القبائل النوبيه. ده الكلام الموجود في كتب التاريخ في المدارس اليوم. انا يعني عملت له تشيك ولقيت المعلومات. آم، لو جينا المراجع العربيه، لانه في مراجع عربيه كثيره كتبت يعني ناس الادريسي وناس كميه من الناس انا عندي كميه من الورق يعني الناس الادريسي وابن سعيد وابن خلدون والمقريزي واليعقوبي والمحلبي. دول كلهم كتبوا إن ناس اسمهم التاجويين. فالتاجويين من تاجو، وربطوا انه التاجو ده هم التاجويين ذات. وطبعا الروايات هي اكثر الناس العرب الرحاله يعني كانوا اعتمدوا على التجار اللي بيمشوا بتاجروا ويدخلوا مناطق افريقيا وكده ويسمعوا منهم قصص ويقوم يكتب. فلانه موضوع التاجرين ده موضوع مهم شديد، لانه اي زول من الناس اللي انا متاكد اي زول اهتم بالمراجع القديمه زي الناس اليعقوبي وابن سعيد والمحلب وغيره ابن خلدون بيلقى المعلومات دي متكرره انه التاجوين دول هم الداجو، وهم كانوا حاكمين في مناطق كده ما محدده، لكن بقول لك السودان، لانه العرب بالنسبه لهم كل المناطق في السودان، السودان ولا مالي ولا شاد كله سودان، والتاجوين دول حاكمين. ففي اشارات كثيره يربطوا لك يقول لك التاجوين دول هم الداج ذات، وبعد ذاك بتبدا. لكن في الكلام ده واضح انه ما يعني حتى انه انا ما ادخل في التفاصيل انه قال شنو وقال شنو، ولا طوالي اديكم المختصر، احسن اديكم مختصر عشان نمشي بسرعه. عموما الروايات اللي بتربط الداج بالتاجوين دي روايات غير صحيحه، لانه المشكله انه اخذوها اي واحد بيجي باخذها وبنى عليه، حتى بما في ذلك اركد وواحد اسمه بالمر قال افتكر انه التاج هم الداجوين، التاجوين هم الداجو، بعد ذاك يعني اعتمد الكتابات العربيه وغيره. في في بعض الروايات اللي بتتكلم عن التاجوين بيقول هم كانوا ساكنين في مدينه اسمها السمنه، والمدينه دي سكنها يعني ذكرها ادريسي قال دي اسمها تلال السميات، مدينه تقع في شرق الفاشر، و وده دليل انه يعني الفاشر في دارفور طبعا انه يعني ديل هم داجو. لكن بصوره عامه انه في اخطاء في ربط الداجو بالتاجوين وبمدينه السمنه وساميه
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم
زي بعض
السلام
سميار
يا أخي في الإسلام.
أنا الحمد لله
هل أنت
اليوم
بخير؟
أنا بخير الحمد لله أخي.
تتحدث اللغة العربية الفصحى؟
حبة حبة.
هذا جيد، هذا جيد، هذا
I
جيد،
told you,
هذا
man, I want to be a Basi, so I need to change my language, you know?
No, don't change your language. You
No,
need
how?
to change if you want to change your language. You need to speak French or Spanish or Portuguese.
No, that's not Basi language, man. Come on, man.
But when you speak Arabic in better way, that means you lose.
Yeah, I can't, I don't know. The connection went off.
You lose a lot of things.
No, man, that's Abbasi language, man. Come on, man. What are you talking about? This the gain.
No, if you speak Abbasi language, what do you benefit for?
No, Abbasi, man. I'm trying to go to heaven. First class ticket to heaven, man.
To go to heaven, you don't need to speak Abbasi language.
No, man. This is wrong. You know, look history. They say you have to learn from history. You see, everybody in history, everybody who's learned. I'm speaking Abbasi language, so I need to be like them. You know.
You wanna be like them. You wanna be
Yeah, they say.
you wanna be ruler like
Of course,
Sultan.
man. Of course.
That's good. That's good. That's good for you. Good for you. You born in developed country. Anything you want, you find it here, and you go back thousands of years to be Abbasi. Wow, it's
Now
amazing.
that they did my plan is I'm gonna come back to Sudan and rule Sudan, you know? All of it. So I need to say my best
You
because
wanna rule?
when you say you're African, no one respects you. So Abbas, but when you say Abbasi, everybody respects you.
I don't need anybody to respect me because to rule, you don't need anyone to respect you. You need to build the system economically first and then politically second. After that, you will go to rule. You don't need all this stuff.
So.
If
But
that's right,
today,
if that's right.
انا ما اعرف الشبكه حق كعب. انا قاعد نسمعك but it stops every 1 second, you know.
لا انا مرات بسكت.
لا انت ما قاعد تسكت، لكن انت قاعد تتكلم لكن I just stops like ما اعرف. let me turn on my volume. ما اعرف صوتك ذاته بعيد كده. it's not, you know, close.
انا صوتي ما بعيد، لانه انا لو رفعت الصوت عالي وانت صوتك بيجي عالي شديد.
كده let me turn down the volume here,
انا
you know.
بخفض الصوت شويه.
انا كده خفيت المايك حقي ولابس السماعه so I can hear you proper good.
Now you hear me well, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's the same. Like, the whole time I've been wearing my earphones, because when I don't wear my earphones, you say I'm too loud, you know.
You know what? If you use this browser, the headphone never work at all.
Mm.
You get me؟
Mhm.
فيلا شوف الموضوع بتاع ترول ده، يعني هسه لو قلنا مثلا if what you're saying is right,
Mm.
all this Abbasi affiliate, they rule Sudan, Chad, and Khan and whatever. When the French and British come, they conquer them easily.
Mm.
Abbasi will never benefit you.
صح.
When the French come to Wadai, what they do firstly, they kill
Mm.
like 10,000 from this Abbasi. They
Mhm.
feed them. You get me?
Yeah. I
So
found the book.
oh, Sharia and Sudan.
No, Sahara and Sudan. No Sharia, man.
Oh,
Gustavo. I found the Gustavo book.
volume
Four.
4, Wadai and
Darfur.
Darfur by Gustav Nachtigal. His name, yeah, Gustav Nachtigal. Yeah, his name. This
I think this
guy
way looks like here.
from
Yeah.
Germany. He's a German guy.
Yeah, German.
Yeah. But this person, yeah, in the Germany, he work as intelligent, not normal person.
Mm. Gustav Nachtigal.
Even he live in Darfur and he live in Wadai. He know everything about them. أنا في واحد مبارك قال نرسل له الرابط شديد معنا في الفلاش، فرسلت له ما أعرف يقرب ما أعرف.
Gustavo Nachtigal was a German military surgeon and explorer of Central and West Africa. He is also known as the German Emperor's Consul General for Tunisia and Commissioner for West Africa. His mission as commissioner resulted in Togoland and Cameroon becoming the first colonies of a German colonial empire.
You understand now?
Mhm.
All these people they wrote the books. It's not normal. Not like you and me. It's different.
Research.
It's different. Even Mark Michael is not normal person. He's intelligent.
Mm. Even has a statue in Germany, you know? Guys.
Yeah. It's, you know what the country, if you support the country will never forget you
Of
because you
course.
do a lot for the country.
Mhm.
Any country on this planet Earth, they have like spy, double agent. All these people they work for country to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
They have a brilliant future.
Mm. So this guy's a real expert of the Central and Eastern Sahel. He's been to Borno, Bagirmi, Wadai,
Yeah,
Darfur, and Kordofan.
he move around a lot. That's
Yeah,
why
even Tibesti, Moko.
he
It
know
would be
all the
interesting to have a conversation with him if he was alive today, and you could see like how the people are today compared to when he went there. You know,
of course. But he go like mission.
of course,
Mission. Yeah, he not go by himself.
man.
Any university, so in Europe at that time they make mission to Africa and around the globe.
Hmm. So let's go to page 202. Shall we start with the journey to Darfur, or stay in Darfur, or history of Darfur?
No,
History of
only
Darfur.
only we talk about him today.
Him today, Gustavo.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, I like him because
Hmm.
he write a lot of information about Darfur, about Wadai. You get me?
Hmm.
Even he's the main source of
Yeah,
anything.
big.
Like yeah, of course. If you want to know Darfur in history, you need to back to his books. The good thing about you, you know how to do research in a real
Hmm.
way.
Yeah. Now what's
I hope
it?
I hope you're not double agent.
Nah, no, man.
You are a normal person like me, yeah?
I'm a normal civilian. Yeah,
No,
man.
today Sudanese come in London here. They make
Protest.
yeah, protest, yeah, against
Yeah,
Israel.
yeah, I seen it.
Sudanese people are really dumb. United Arab Emirates does not make genocide. Who is the make genocide? Who the real one? It's the government. The
Mm-hmm.
Sudanese government they do all this stuff. So you don't like to condemn Sudanese government, you like to condemn United Arab Emirates.
Like I
Why?
told you 1,000 times, man. Behind.
Stupid.
You know, behind.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
that's Sydney's people, man.
Yeah, even some of them they born here.
Now, some people, like even me, like if you to ask the most, even social media is propaganda. Like what they push in social media now is the RSF are the bad guys and the army is the good guys. If you actually do your proper research, you know the army is the bad guy, the worst guy.
Mhm. Because the army create RSF.
Of course, the army created RSF, the army
How
created Marahil, the army
how
created.
RSF is bad than the army? How is that?
Doesn't make sense, man.
Really, really not make sense to me. That's why me now I don't like to talk about politics. I leave politics forever, especially Sudanese one.
No, it gives you a headache, man.
Yeah, headache for nothing. At the end of the day, the Sudanese gonna be with the military, and nothing gonna be changed.
Right. All right. When you tell people, it's like they say, some people they just want to be a slave, you know? They don't want to be free.
Of course, let them be slave. Don't care
Of
about
course, man. But that's why we need to come with a way to rule the country. Because the way it's being ruled is not proper. It's not gonna get us moving forward. Like even me, I had a thought idea. I said, if Sudan got divided, like how it was before any colonizer came to Sudan, so like you have Kordofan, Darfur, and then you have East Sudan, you have Funch, and then you have North Sudan. What do you think that would solve the problem in Sudan?
No, the problem never solved at all.
They all became different countries. They're like all the places I just said they become their own independent country.
The problem never solved at all because Sudan
Hmm.
is not a country. Sudan built by British, so Sudanese they don't make anything to make difference. انا افضل اقول لك بالعربي شوف ما في شيء هيتغير لانه بنيه الدوله السودانيه بنيه عنصريه.
يلا انا ما قاعد نتكلم في good if Sudan they what's the way to say in Arabic
يعني اذا مثلا
split up
الشمال انفصل ودارفور انفصل
yes
والغرب
ايوه يا انفصل يا
برضه ما هيكون لسه هيكون في مشاكل
مهم.
لانه الشوايقة دول دارين يحكموا السودان برام ما دارين زول يحكم منطقة وما دارين زول يرتاح.
مهم.
فهمت؟
مهم.
ده الموضوع هنا ده المشكلة هنا.
مهم.
يعني ما في زول هيرتاح في السودان حتى
طيب
لو السودان يتقسم. شوف جنوب السودان انفصل ليه ما يرتاح؟
مهم.
لأنه تركيبة السودان تركيبة قبلية وعنصرية.
مهم.
الناس الدارية يحكموا السودان ده هم يكونوا ناس فاهمين ما عندهم عنصرية دارية يبنوا دولة حقيقية.
مهم.
غير كده هم كله كلام فاضي. السودانيين دول شفت ناس وقاعدين في السودان ما في حقيقة. لكن يا اي جي كي السوداني لما يطلع برا السودان تلقى لك متفلسف فلسفة عامل فيها هو عارف ايش. لكن في الحقيقة هو ما فاهم هو زول فارس.
I like that word the way to describe it was right.
ما انت ما ممكن تكون فاهم كل شيء وما في بلدك ما تتكلم في دول الناس وتعرف زي انك تخلي
والله ده مشكلة man ده مشكلة you know
ويل عنوي.
والله مرة غير
انت عارف to be Sudanese is really problem. I don't like to be Sudanese sometimes.
like you say كارثة yeah
Yeah, of course. Disaster.
Oh, it is. No, I like this word. This word I learned it from Mikara says. I never really hear it before, but especially when you say this, the way you say it is true. Like when you say Mikara says, man.
السودان ده قال لك اسمه بلد العجائب يعني the country of the strange.
Mm.
Everything in Sudan is strange, weird.
For real, man. And the thing is, this war is not going to end. This war, I think, minimum 5 years, man.
This war is not 5 years, but maybe 2 years again.
Another 2 years.
Yeah, because now this war they have more technical stuff like drones.
Yes, more damaging, yeah.
Yeah, not like before. If
Yeah.
like before, this war may be like 20 years, gonna be 20 years.
Mm.
But by drones and this stuff, no. They in Babanusa the بيقولوا شنو الحركة الشعبية
Mhm.
especially today they make a lot of good things. And even in Nuba Mountain in Dalang, they defeat the army.
Yeah, I know they threw some shellings into the city, but in the end, the civilian is the loser because even I saw like a small child, one of the shellings, like it hit one of the houses, and the small child died, because of the shellings. So,
You know what the the government, yeah.
hmm,
If you want to leave the city, they will never allow you.
hmm.
They need you to stay to die.
Yeah, because even me, I done research around the city, and it said that the RSF, and the SPLM, they're not letting people out the city. You know.
No, no, not RSF, the military. This in Kordofan, not in the place they hold it by RSF. No, no, no. The Sudanese army, they stay there. They control that area. The south, sorry, the south. يلا المنطقة اللي أنا هسي بقول عليك دي الجيش السوداني هو المسيطر فيها. يعني ما مسيطر فيها الدعم السريع ولا الحركة الشعبية.
أنا عارف لكن يقول هم محاصرين برا. So like civilians can't leave, if they wanted to go somewhere else.
لا 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 لا، شوف الحركة الشعبية ما محاصرة أي مكان وأي شيء. الحركة الشعبية قاعد تضرب الحتات بتاعت الجيش فقط. يلا
Mm,
الجيش ما بخلي المدنيين يطلعوا. عرفت؟
mm,
أنت بس مدني خلي زول يتصل لك تليفون أو يرسل لك رسالة. يا أخي ده يجوك في البيت، يجوك في البيت يا اي دي كي. بتهمك انت بس متعاون طوالي مع الحركة الشعبية.
mm,
ف... فطبعا الجيش دائما بيحط المدنيين كضحايا، يعني بيقولوا شنو hostages ولا شنو
mhm.
victim.
Yes, yes, yes.
فبعدين يقول للمجتمع الدولي يشوف الناس دي بتعمل شنو.
Mm.
يعني موضوع كله موضوع في النهاية موضوع سياسي بس ما عنده علاقة بالمدنيين.
Oh man, but Sudan is, I don't want to swear, but Sudan is the, S-word country, man.
أنا قلت لك يا اي دي كي I'm regret to be Sudanese.
Like me, every now and then, like I think, like imagine if I was born in Sudan, like my cousins, like bro, I would have been like the people, they call them jungle. I would have been like them, man. I'd rather die in the bird than stay in some bad country, man. You don't know respects you, man. Nothing, no future.
Sudan no future, no future at all. لأنه الناس يعني حتى خلاص the culture of people خلاص is changed. يعني الناس بيجوا بيشوفوا الحاجة دي normal.
Hmm,
عرفتها؟
of course.
يعني ما أفضل بيجيب مع زول لكن no human beings ما في يعني collaboration. الناس هي زول عايش في حاله.
Hmm.
فدي there's no life there. طبعا هسي السودان أنا ما هسي في فيديو أنا نزلته في اليوتيوب. السودان هسي الصدر الغامي بتاع أكثر الدول في أفريقيا يعني هجرة.
Hmm.
ده في التصنيف بتاع
Hmm.
2005.
It's a problem, man.
This normally normal يعني شيء طبيعي يعرف كيف. يلا الناس دي لما تطلع كده بتفهم بعد ده القيمة بتاعت الوطن والكلام ده إلفه.
Hmm. Oh, it's another thing that's stupid. Let me, sorry, I have to bring this up again. But I found that the Bangkok app.
Yeah, Bangkok is funded by United Arab Emirates.
uh,
No Sudanese,
yeah.
really not.
I don't think we earn anything in Sudan. What one thing belongs to Sudanese people? Nothing.
You know what? The Sudanese only thing belong to Sudanese people, yeah? It's lying.
True, man. Yeah, so.
Sudanese, they like to be lying to themselves, to afraid the people in the planet Earth. what really is not like that.
Of course.
خلينا في جوستافو، وطبعا انت تقرا لنا وتترجم لنا. طبعا انت
Course,
زول
course.
انجلش مان. I am so many مان.
English transforming into Abasi. Oh my God.
You know that guy Mabak,
Mavak, yeah.
maybe he's Abbasi.
Maybe, you never know.
Yeah, yeah. I know he's not Abbasi, but I say it because he from
No, because even Abbasi people they change, like their kids change. Like the Sultan in the books, they say he's thingy Abbasi, but then I saw a video on TikTok of the Sultan of 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 the Masali today. He says no, we are African. So now the Abbasi is this. I like the Abbasi because the Abbasi is smart. When it's good to be Arab, he is Arab. When it's good to be African, he is African. Muslah. I like the Abbasi. That's what he thinks.
you know what, it's not good because everything he do, they destroy the people they rule them. فزول منافق.
Mm.
يلا انت قال شنو السلطان ده امه من الرزاقات.
Mm. Yeah, but I'm saying his granddad, like I think Khan Sultan in Doko, one of the Salatin al Gidal and Moshe.
The granddad, yeah, but
Yeah,
he's from his mom.
yeah, but هل لقيت فيديو ذاته قاعد نفسه مرة كان سألته شو قال في ناس السلاطين زمان كانوا بيقولوا هم عرب أبا جاي من عباس يلا هو قال إن نحن أفارقة لنا لغة وعندنا ثقافة تختلف وذاته شكلنا مختلف
لكن يلا الكلام ده قالوا بعد شنو؟ الزول ده كان مع الجنجويد سوا، باكل بيشرب معاهم بطلوا سوا بعد مع الجنجويد. انا خيت والله يا اي دي كي خيت انا ناس دارفور ديل ما قادر افهم برضه. حتى سلاطينهم برضه ما كويسين. يعني الشغل كله كذب في كذب.
In Darfur, the tribe is stronger than the religion, and law.
Yeah, of course. Strong than religion, strong than to be citizen easy.
Of course.
يلا موضوع زي ده انت لما تعمل كده، انت لما تكون ترايبلست فما في زول هيجيك معك مهما يحصل لك، ما في زول بيجيك معك.
طبعا.
لانه انت لما يحصل لقبيله تانية حاجه ما هتجيك معك.
So.
ده نظام stupid انت عارف.
But anyway, let's talk about Darfur when it was good place on planet Earth, successful. Well, let's talk about the beginning of his downfall because we have here like he said, the spy of Darfur or the Sahawi in general, because he went to Bagirmi, Borno, Wadai.
Yeah.
So even this guy, he played a part in the destruction of Darfur. But we can see here the beginning of it, chapter 1, Journey to Darfur. This is
the first chapter is Journey to Darfur, yeah?
Yeah, January 11th to March 8th, 1874. Bismillah. I had hoped to reach Darfur by the spring of 1873, but it was not until the beginning of January 1874 that I was able to finally get away from Adai. What do you mean get away? Conversion from Adai. Anyway, on January the 11th, for the last time, I took leave of King Ali, my faithful protector, who again showed me goodwill towards me, wow, those two different words, towards me by sending various items of equipment. I received from him a horse to be taken for me as a present to King Brahim of Darfur. Okay, so they had good relations. You see, he sent a horse as a present to the Sultan of Darfur, and he also presented me with a small hack, Kadira. Do you know what Kadira is?
What?
Kadira.
No, I don't know.
5 giraffe hide pots of honey. Okay, I don't know how the 5 giraffe hide pots. Interesting. And the same number of nets, shabakat, woven from dumb, dumb palm brushwood filled with dates and assured me that he was willing to supply me with camels for the journey. So the Wadai, he helped the guy go from Wadai to Darfur. For the time being, I didn't have sufficient means of the transport to take with me, and kept for myself one for the cylindrical woven nets with the dates, giving the others likewise to my friends. After proper testing by experts, the hack was pronounced fit to carry me to Darfur, and therefore refrained from buying a donkey. Cheap as were the donkeys used as baggage animals in Wadai, the riding donkeys imported from Egypt were considered to be expensive according to local standards. So donkey was expensive back then.
At that time.
Yeah, the riding donkeys, they got them from Egypt. Such a one in fairly good condition called a Rifani cost from 20 to 30 Maria Teresa dollars at least, and my means did not run to such expense. Okay, interesting. So I know donkeys feel like the worst animal. Like I don't know why people should give the donkey more respect. That's a lot of hard work. Without the donkeys, civilization would be different today.
Of course, but in Africa,
Of course, man. But I like the donkey as well because Raso Gowi, like donkey, whenever in Sudan, he never wants to cross the road for you. You have to move.
yeah,
That's what I like about the donkey.
they're really strong.
Yeah, man.
Plus, Sudan,
Donkey, man. The Egyptian riding donkeys are highly valued in Wadai, specifically such as frequently seen in Kordofan and throughout Egypt are rare. Their prices often exceed that of a good horse. ليش لا كمان? A donkey is more expensive than a horse.
at that
The
time,
speed,
maybe.
yeah, the speed of a good riding donkey is considerably greater than that of a Wadai horse or camel. What's wrong with the horses and camels in Wadai? They're slow. Unless it is one of those riding donkeys bred by the Tuareg, the Teda, the Bidiat, and above all the Bisharini. Okay, so the donkeys of the nomads, they were fast, but the donkeys of Wadai, they were slow. So if you got a donkey from a Tuareg, Teda, this is the Quran people that speak the Teda dialect. So Teda is Quran, and the Bidiyat is like Idris Dibi and his Sami Bidiyat people, and the people in the documentary. So I told you like Bidiyat. See, when they talk about Bidiyat, they're talking about them as a different tribe. They never see them as being Zagawa,
Today, yeah,
huh?
it's not the Bidayat of today.
No, it is the Bidiyat of today here, bred by the Tuareg Teda and the Bidiyat. But I'm just saying, like today, because you know how they group the Bidiyat today, they don't say Bidiyat. You never hear someone say I'm Bidiyat. They always say I'm Zagawa. But back then, I like even this is the right way to even say like Bidiyat is they speak the same language as Zagawa, but they're different.
Linguistically, the same. Linguistically different, but ethnically it's the same.
The linguistically the same, but ethnically different. Because even the only reason like they start calling like when you write Bidiyat doesn't come up, but when you write Zagawa, then you have to go to the Tuba language, and that's what Bidiat are called in the Berry language. They're called Tuba. And this is recently that they made them together with the Zaghawa language, because even they were thinking of making them as their own language, but because of how similar it was to the Zaghawa language, they ended up adding it to the Zaghawa language and making it a dialect, you know?
Okay.
So they speak the same language but different dialect. And the Bisharni are a tribe related to the Beja. They are nomads between Egypt and Sudan, east of the Nile. Okay, this have you heard of this?
Bisharin.
Yeah, Bisharin, yeah.
I know them. I know them.
Okay. So the Wadai donkeys are rubbish. No, I mean the Wadai horses are basically rubbish, you know?
Yeah.
Horses and camels are rubbish. But the camels bred by the Tuareg, Teda and Bidyat are
The
Bisharni.
donkey, the good donkey come from the northern Sudan. They have good donkey. Even they call it Umar Rifau. Benjamin Dungul.
Okay. I don't it was fish no sirta Dongala, because even they have their own horse breed, they have Dongala horse.
Yeah, Dungula they have good donkey.
Yeah.
In Sudan from the Dungula.
Yeah, they even have their own horse type. I don't know, maybe did they but I don't do they have history of riding horses?
Yeah, of course. If you know how to raise the donkey, that means you know how to raise the horse. It's not that different. It's the same.
But I'm like talking today, like did they have history? Like did they I never see like Shamali people or Dongolawi people talking about horses or something, you know? But they have their own horse.
The Dungula who live in Dungula, they have horse, they have donkey, all this.
But did they ride horses a lot, or like did they train them a lot, or they like take? Is it like seen as
Yes,
something
yes.
prideful? Okay, interesting.
Even they have horse in the house.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, just like the foreign, they raise horses also.
Yeah, because the majority of the horses, like in Africa, they're Dongolawi horses, you know, the breed. I have myself seen a very old donkey whose owner and now merchant had been rescued from the cruelty of King Muhammad Sharif during the monarch's last days by the extraordinary speed of his mount. The Jalabi fled from the capital. So they even called them Jalabi back then. The Jalabi fled from the capital of Abeshir. I think he's talking about Beshir here.
Yeah. Abashir is the capital of the Wadai.
Abeshir, and by the morning of the third day had reached Tina in Darfur. Okay, is that quick? Look, the
Because Tina is belong to the Masalit.
now Tinet. I think it may be like talking about Tina, the Zagawa village,
No.
or
Tina is belong to the Masalit. This historically belong to Masalit.
but that's true.
Even the Masalit have agreement with French and British. Tina is belong to them.
Right, sure, because even between the Masalit and Zagawa, there's a lot of tribes between them, you know. So how does that make sense?
No. Zagao, they don't have any place. All this land you see, they give them by Wadai and Masalid and the Four, and also the Tunjur also they give them some land. But Zagao, they don't have any place.
I disagree, but we can agree to disagree. But this actually look how fast the donkey is. And then the donkey go from Abeshe to Teen in 3 days. I don't know, is this fast? I don't know how fast donkeys are. Or never rode a donkey.
This donkey.
Yeah,
Donkey, man.
Is this fast? The donkey went from Abeshe to Tina in 3 days.
I think it's fast because Abashe in East
East Chad.
Eastern Chad, but from Tina it's like you go to the northeast. It's far.
Mhm. Let me see how far on Google. Let me see on Google Maps. Abeshe to Chad. Man, Google Maps needs to do better in Africa, you know, is when you wanna research anything is
لأنه المشكلة إنه ما هناك ما منظمين يعني حتى في حتات بقى بتلقاه في جوجل بس.
yeah. I found Abeshe now on the
أبشي ده
Fatima.
يعني أبشي ده بقى كده في الفتشات دي الإيست، لكن أنت لو من السودان ماشي بقى عليك شنو ويست.
Yes. I found both city.
يلا شوف الطينة دي من الجنينة بتلقى أقصى الشمال يعني آخر نقطة في الشمال.
Mhm.
The end of the nose.
Yes. Can you see? This is Abeshe here and this is Tina.
أنت كده كبر النادي. You see this
Abeshe. Yeah.
No, Tina where? Tina is
Tina is all the way here.
yeah,
You know.
it's very far.
Yeah, man, on the border.
Tina is the north Guinea.
Yeah. Tina here in Tishad and Tina of Darfur.
يلا شوف الاتفاقية بتاعت بولاني الطينة دي تابعة للمساليك. It belong to مساليك.
Mm. Here you have the Kobe land. So you want even like this Karnais.
أسمع الصغاوة the more organized عن المساليك.
Mm.
That's why they took all this land.
But even look, there's just desert. Look, nothing, just desert. This is Karnoi. Karnoi is just desert, man.
Now Karnoi they destroyed by
Yeah, this place, the hospital.
by the RSF. RSF
Yeah, man.
they tell baby, now we destroy your place. What you can do? أنا لكن بحتاج زول قاعد في جوبا وبنبذ الجنجويد والجنجويد قاعدين شايلين سلاح كلام بحيث. بعدين تاني يجي يقول لك الجنجويد عملوا لنا أنا ما أعرف.
This place is empty. I don't know why people talk about Korea. I don't even see a village here. See
Why?
nothing. This is Korea, but I don't see any buildings.
No, Korea is like بيقولوا شنو محل بتاع الذهب يعني. They mining. Only mining. Nobody live there. شوف انت عارف يا
There's some place I've never even heard before, like this Fato Burno. Oh, this place is nice. It's near Kutum.
I don't know. I've not been there before.
Yeah, Kutum is just right here.
Me even I've not been in Kutum. Not been.
But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of small places in Darfur, North Darfur I never heard of. I never even knew there was a lot of towns like this in North Darfur, because here, just desert, man. Impossible to live.
You know, all the north in the northern Darfur is like this.
Yeah, man.
Any
ما
short
بعرف.
of north is unhuntable too.
Yeah, this is for me. So some people, no, I'm not gonna disrespect. For some people, they can live here, but for me, I'm not happy to. Man, the only place in Darfur is just Jabal Marra in South Darfur.
How to live here? No water,
Yeah,
nothing, no life.
yeah, I can live in Central Darfur and South and East Darfur only, but North Darfur, forget that.
All North Darfur is desert.
Yeah, like look. This is the place he's talking about yesterday, مش على طول.
Yeah, Atrun, yeah. You see,
No, I didn't even look at that. That's,
even if you see Malha, it's desert. It's really desert.
yeah. Malha is more south, I think. Malha is here.
It's near to Atrun. Also desert.
Yeah,
It's not good place to be. You see?
that one.
This the food are really good. When you see the place here, you will know this area is not really good.
Mm.
Very harsh.
Even have like this place, Amjaris is not far from the Sudan border, you know?
Yeah, it's not far.
Mm.
Honduras is it belong to Tunjuk story.
Mm.
You know the Gao people are smart, yeah. They took land from anybody, from Masalit,
Mm.
from Fo, from Gagao.
Yeah, even the Amjaris is like, even because the Bidia, they don't build cities, but like Amjaris is like their capital, you know? Because the around here, there's not a lot of cities. 'Cause you just have desert. You have the Tibesti up here, the Tibesti mountain. Nah, Chad geographically is unlucky, man. Landlocked. You only have this the only like lake in Chad. Look.
You know, Chad, they don't have future. Chad, Niger.
Nah, when this lake goes, there's gonna be a lot more immigrants in Darfur, man, and in Central African Republic and in Cameroon and in Nigeria and Niger.
But the Darfurian of today, most of them is Chadian.
Hmm.
فيلا ده ما تحسبوا منه نفس هسه السيستم الدارفوري
Hmm.
لأنه تشاد دي بلد أصلا يعني مواردها شهية هي.
Of course, man. Doesn't have a bright future, unfortunately. I want it to have, but because of the lake and there's no water, it's gonna get worse.
شوف أسمع any landlocked country يعني ما بكون عنده future really.
طبعا.
فاسي هنا بس الدول زي سويسرا landlocked country لكن يعني لأنهم دي الناس مفتحين والناس أذكياء بقدروا بيستثمروا بعملوا برامج شغلة بس لكن أفريقيا ما بعملوا
Hmm.
فالدول دي مستقبلها بكون ما تعرف يعني
So,
انت لو علاقتك مع جيرانك كاوة مشكلتك طويلة هسه تشاد دي لو اختلفت مع السودان ومع الكاميرون خلاص هيموتوا جوا ما انت ما عندك منفذ تجيب لهم
صح.
لا عندك بحر ولا اي حاجة يعني ليبيا بعيد ليبيا طبعا بعيد يعني ما تقدرش ليبيا ما زي
Yeah, Libya is very
الدولة
far, and you have to go through a desert.
ايوه الكاميرون والسودان
Hmm. Even this place in Nigeria is desert as well. I've seen it.
No, Nigeria is good. Nigeria is not
Yeah,
like Chad.
they have a desert in the north. I forgot the name, but different. This is what they call the Arabs in the Mohammed and the Awlad Rashid. They call them different Arabs in Niger.
Yeah, Dufa.
Ah,
Dufa,
Dufa.
this in east of Niger.
Mhm.
لكن ديرك بسيطين يعني
Yeah,
ما
you
ما
see, even here they have this is the Arab like culture thing. Right? Or this is the Fulani one, I don't know. I
this
think maybe this maybe.
this a JD.
You know, they have this decoration, they always have those decorations, you know.
This just like a JD, yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. In the intervening time, he had covered the distance of a good 40 German miles and about 185 miles. Okay. In these countries, there are great difficulties associated with the departure of a large caravan, and days and even weeks may pass after the original agreed date of departure before one actually sets forth. Today, this man has not yet completed his food supplies. Next day, the number of another camels is incomplete. The day after, the king has not issued the permit for departure. The parting present from the king for some distinguished member of the caravan has not arrived. Whatever the reason, departure is put off from day to day, and all these delays make the impatient traveler quite desperate. Mhm.
Mhm.
At last, on January 17th, the journey was to begin in the eastern. May my faithful companion in many lessons, the young Dajo Prince of from Sula. Okay, so this guy was friends with all the kings.
Mhm.
The young Dajo Prince from Sula had wanted to accompany me as far as the border of Wadai the day before our departure. However, he came to me rather sadly and disappointedly, confessed that his wife, afraid that he would leave her and go off with me into the wide world, had cleared out the whole house during his absence and hidden his contents from his friends and relations, thus making the short journey possible for him. So his woman was scared that he was gonna go off, so she hid all his stuff. What's this?
But this really sad story.
ما هو قاعد الأمير تاع دارسي كان بيجار وديه لعاد الحدود تاعت وضاي لدارفور، لكن مرته خافت قال هو حيجري and go away. Then she might. So she hid all his stuff.
لكن انت قال شنو يا عادي لحس الكلام ده في تشاد وفي دارفور موجود يعني في الحرب ما تجري
Mhm.
حتى لو سلاحك انتهى ذخيرتك لو جريت بقول لك فضيحة.
Mhm. But this is not Harry who بس جار وصل the German person to Darfur to the border of Wadai, you know?
ما خلاص يلا لو حصل حرب وبتاع وانت بس دار توصل الزول ده.
Mm. Funny.
لا انا ما قادر اضحك ذاته. اسمع قلت له نظام مرافق بس توديه وتوصل وتجي راجع لكن خايفين له
Mhm.
الزول ما خايفين له يا عادي كده ممكن يمشي وما يجي راجع
صح.
ما بكون عندهم مشاكل والداي والكلام.
Maybe.
هنا الزمان ده أقل حاجة بعمل بيه فيها.
لكن ده مرته ده ما أبوه ولا زول بيك ده بس مرته بس زعلانة خايفة وزعلانة وذاته جا زعلانة يوم قبل ماشيين قال لي قصطافة ما ممكن شمرتي مش دست كل حياتي
عشان ما يمشي
عشان ما
المرة ده
يمشي.
أسمع المرة ده ويبوت يا زول.
Exactly man, stay put.
يا أسمع أنا دار مرة زي دي عادي. I like women like that.
Nah, man, encourage me. I don't want people to tell me, because me, I'm the oldest child, so I don't like when people tell me to do something. Like unless you're my parent, you can't tell me to go or leave.
You are the first child.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm, that's good.
Huh? But then, like, if you're not my dad or my mom, you can't control me. You can't.
No, but now you are adult.
Of
You
course,
know
of
what you
course.
think.
Yeah, of course, but it's some point if my dad tells me to do something like any like I could be 99 years old, but I'll still like listen. But other people, if I don't listen, I don't listen.
لكن شوف في اوروبا هنا انت لو ادينا الا تتعامل معه بالحوار بس ما تقدر تعمل له حاجه زي السودان.
Nah,
عرفت؟
nah. لا هو لسه قاعد أقصد هنا زي السودان لكن ما ممكن نقول لك كعب زي مرة واحدة زي السودان.
لا في السودان ده صاحبي ولدك لو ركب راس ها ياخد ياخد صوت لما يقول ماذا من
But
جد
for
من
how long?
جد.
Until what age? Until what age?
والله ما عنده عمر محدد يعني.
لا
انت
ما ممكن
تسمع
تكون.
كلام ابوك بس ابوك قال لك شيء تسمع.
Nah, so if you're like
لكن
21 years old or 22 years old and your dad tells you to do something, you have to do it.
yeah you have to do if
وتاني
you
بدقك كيف؟ لا هسي انت زورك كبير كيف تخلي زول يدقك؟
لا تتدقى بس يا بس ما في لك
لا
طريقة عادي.
لا
طريقة دي
تمرد
تتمرن
طوالي مان. تمرد مان.
ما في لك طريقة تتمرن تتدقى بس
لا
ما
لا
في
لا.
تتربى. فانت اذا ركبت راس وانت ما قدرت تعمل براس براس بقول لك الجنة ده انت ما مؤدب. فهنا انا هنا لانه في قانون لو تقدر تدق ولدك هنا. عرفت؟
No, no, نحن كلنا دقينا man. Everybody go ahead. If you're an immigrant, if you're a child of immigrants, you go ahead man.
لا لكن يلا شنو ما انت ممكن تمشي تتكلم هناك قريب شنو.
لكن ما في زبيتشي بتكلم cause if you talk بشيلك انت بشيلك من امك وابوك. احسن انت
والله
تتلقى ولا احسن يشيلك من امك وابوك.
والله ما خلاص يلا الحاجة دي يعني بتكون مشكلة. الضرب بلا الطفل ما كويس.
Mm. Yeah, even me, like I don't imagine myself hitting my kids. Because in the end, it's not gonna. Especially now, I think if you take away their phone or like I think that's worse. That's more punishment. Like especially if they get مع الدق هسي بالعكس انا شايفه ذاته punishment احسن الدق عشان الدق كله بيكون 5 minutes وخلاص تمشي.
مم.
quick punishment.
لكن انا بفضل بدل الدق اخير الحوار. تقعد مع الطفل تتكلم معه يكون افضل من دون.
Well, of course.
Me I will never beat my son or my child.
Mm, yeah. Unless it's like threatening their life. And then I hit them. But if nothing like that, it's nothing serious, I won't hit them.
مهم. لانه كده الجنة بخاف منك يعني. You scared from you يعني تاني ما بكون معك يعني صريح كده. You will never be honest with you.
Mm,
فلازم تديه العناية يكون ما خايف منك.
of course.
من ما تجي زي ده تشب يجيك جاري تونس معاه. لكن when you
Okay,
hit him a lot or he will be angry.
of course.
لكن تشاد ودارفور ديل ما في السودان فنورمالي they do they do
Uh,
آه هاي اوكي موضوع طويل يا هاي.
uh,
انا دايرك تخش في اليوتيوب بتاعي تشوف الفيديو انا نزلته ده. رايك شنو في الانترو. انا عملت انترو
oh, no problem.
كل مرة انا قاعد اعمل حاجة كده شوية كده.
Great. No problem. Okay, nah, that's nice. It's nice. Sudan, اتوسط. Okay. Oh my days, introduction. That's loud, man. Scared me.
You see that? You see that introduction? Yeah. You see?
Yeah, but I just played like 1 second, but it was so loud I had to turn the volume down.
Yeah. Nice, 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 nice. But me, every time I will improve. Every time I make cool stuff. Every time. أنا أصلا في برنامج بتاع فوتوشوب
Bro, I can't hear you. What did you say again?
فوتوشوب فوتوشوب program
Mm-hmm.
call it Pro. Very good.
No, the video. I'm watching it now. It's good. It's good so far. This you should make into a YouTube short. You know YouTube shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like this. Make it into YouTube short, not a video.
No, because me, I will make like test. Test.
Mhm.
I want to see it's good or not. When I buy that app,
Mm.
Pro app, that app is professional, man. I will make new intro for all my video, and I will make
That's,
credit, yeah,
yeah.
like the cinematic one, the name of the cast, all this, and the end. I will make it very good,
That's
but
good. That's
not
good. Like and subscribe.
what who.
Nah, I said the video in the video sent. I can see the like and subscribe and notification.
Yeah. لأنه أنت قال الفيديو كل ما يكون من دقيقة وفوق يكون أفضل شوية، يكون 5 ثواني و6 ثواني.
Yes. No, but it's good, man. It's good. MashaAllah.
واو عباسي مان.
Bro, let's get back. What were we? What was we talking about? Okay. If my friend Haj Ahmed Tanga
What his name?
Tang, his name is my friend. If my friend Haj Ahmed Tanga Muhammad Tanga.
His name?
Never heard this. Yeah, Haj Ahmed Tanga, who intended to repeat the pilgrimage to Mecca. Okay, so he went to Mecca before already and visit his relations in Dongala. So he had friends in Dongala. He had a relationship with people in Dongala. So you see, even back then, people from Watai had relationship with people from the Shamalia, you know?
Yeah, because they come from north.
Had not been afraid that some sort of unforeseen evil might make it possible for him to even might make impossible for him the journey that had so long been planned. He might not have got away even when he did. With the characteristic energy, however, and in spite of the very varied burdens which he had to carry as chief of the three merchants in Wadai, the little man Tanga means something small, elegant, earnestly.
Small?
Yeah, means something small. Realistically pushed forward our departure. We were therefore able to set out on the appointed date at 2 p.m. There is always a great loss of time on the first day of such a journey, and for that reason it is usual to camp after 3 hours not far from the starting point, so that anything that has been forgotten may be retrieved. Hajj Ahmed had sent forward his people and his camels, of which he was taking a great number with him, and had himself to remain with the king for a few days. He had promised, however, to join us at the frontier. Shamsuddin, King Ibrahim's envoy, and the other merchants, nearly all whom were from Kurdistan, Khartoum, or Dongola. Okay, so even people from Sudan, they were doing trade in Wadai, from Kurdistan, Khartoum, and Dongola. And of him,
Even the back in the day.
yeah, even back in the day,
Mm.
even back in the day. So you see, it's good to read history because me right now, I never knew this, you know? I thought only Darfuris had, connection with Wadai.
Yeah, because Darfur, back in the day, Darfur is rich.
Yeah. But even here, so far he hasn't mentioned anything about Darfur. Like even the people or even the
No,
geography.
because Gustav Nachtigal, he been in both in Sudan and in Chad.
Yeah. But I'm talking like, look, even the trade is nothing to like so far. Like from the what we've read right now in the first chapter, is not talking about anything about Darfuri people, anything. It's just the Shad people and like the people from Sudan is all from Kordofan and Khartoum and Dongola, so they're not Darfuris.
Mm,
And he may have got to know me well during the months in Abashe. So he even met and got to know people from Sudan before he went to Sudan. Sat with us. It has already been explained elsewhere, page 41, that of the three roads from Madai to Darfur, there are two which can be used only by pilgrims and those very familiar with the country. One of these lead via Tama by a curve towards the northeast, the second southeast via Sulla. The third road, which is the usual one for caravans, lead directly towards the east and Darfur.
mm,
Into Darfur, okay. So كان في طرق بس اتنين بتاعت ناس ماشيين حج هنا.
mm. ما انت الا تمشي السودان وتمشي مصر يا تمشي بس
Yeah.
هو السودان يا بمصر.
لكن قاعد زمان في ثلاثة ways, the three ways to get into Darfur. It was one you have to go through Dar Tama, one you go through Dar Sula via Sula. No, not Dar Sula, but I don't know where Sula is. The southeast via Sula. The third road, which is the usual one for caravans, lead directly towards the east into Darfur. Right at the outset, our caravans was divided into two sections. Those who were bringing with them slaves, whose legal status was open to question, had to make a detour by little use route as far as the frontier. Since after the war by Girmi, as I reported earlier, page 67, King Ali had brought into Wadai some 12,000 to 15,000 prisoners of war, both slaves and free men. There were many Bagirmi people whose slave status was dubious, and for whom it might have been possible to establish their free birthright, and who were nevertheless sold as slaves. Such
Yes.
men لو كان في مسكوا ناس كتير من باقرمي مع الحرب وكان في ناس عبيد جابهم بقوا they became free people again تاني استعبدهم شالهم. Such men, as well as stolen slaves who, because of such legal doubts, were usually brought at lower prices. شمرات ذات الناس ما عارفين الزول ده كان حر ولا عبد أصلا، ما ده كان مخفض صيره،
Mm,
وكان بيسموهم حمي. They were called حمي, warm or hot. If one was considered the purchase of a slave, one asked if he is hot or cold, بارد. Those members of our caravans who knew that they had hot human were aware with them had to try to reach the frontier by secret paths. Okay. في المهم في السودان في ناس باقرمي من قبيلة باقرمي.
في السودان أيوة فيه، لكن يعني minority، يعني ما كتار، يعني
Minority.
هم أصلا
Okay.
جايين من
Of course. You know, في قبائل كتير like I said like we know like
حتى
the
اسم النهر ده بقول له الشاري باقربي، عرفتها؟
mm,
ده لاك تشاد ده بقول له
yeah
شاري باقربي.
okay
وهم هنا belong to them. Those people they rule Chad that time.
mm, yeah they had the old sultanate.
No, it's before the Sultanate, before Islam, before Christianity, so a long time ago.
Mm, interesting.
But Bagirme now is Muslim people, all of them is Muslim.
Yeah, need to do research. I don't think in the books they say they're Abbasi, but we can double check. They might be Abbasi.
Of course, anybody Muslim in Chad is Abbas.
Uh, does human level of a crowds who knew that they had hot?
You know what? If you want to see Sudan in 60 and 50,
Hmm.
yeah, go to Chad. You will see Sudan back in the day.
So even some of them, they had people that they thought they might be slaves, so they had to like hide. They had to go through secret paths, you know.
Mhm.
After a few hours, we camped in the.
انت عارف انا الشيء اللي شفته في التاريخ المكتوب ده زمان، يعني كان التجارة بتاعت السليف تريد ده كان نورمال ستاف.
Of course. هنا ما في خواجة ما في عربي, so you can't say oh the Arab or it's black people enslaving black people, you know.
يلا هو ده بيشوفوه مصدر، يعني زي source of income. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. ما قلت لك مع زمان كان source of income slave. لما تحارب مع زول زول تقبضه becomes a slave, you know.
لكن انت قال شنو يا اي دي اكتر ناس عانوا من ده في اكتشاف اللي هو ناس بتاع الساوث،
Mm. Sarah.
يا
Mm.
وهم عانوا من الحاجة دي لأنهم ما مسلمين وكده.
Yeah.
الناس دي بيمشوا لهم بيشوفوا الناس دي كده. وهم الكلام ده ما نسوا.
Mm.
They not forget this. والله لو
Mm.
انت جاي من الإيست وجيت في مناطقهم هناك والله
Problem.
ما هو شوف في الدنيا يعني قال لك شنو؟ if goes around they come around.
Of course.
ولا كيف؟ يلا انت
Of
ما
course.
ممكن انت زمان تعمل شيكاب وما داري يردلك، يعني ما في زول بنزل
Mm-hmm.
بالذات شيء شغل بتاع سليف، يعني انت بتعمل الزول ده الشيم، يعني في كل كتب التاريخ.
Of course.
فبجي غير انت خوف والله نعم.
ما sure لما when the French gave them the Chad country to rule, they were bad, man.
لكن
After a
في
few.
بكون اسمع ما بكون باد زي الشيء اللي هو عملوا لهم زمان.
طبعا. Of course.
شالوهم كانوا باعوهم كده.
صح.
really bad.
Yeah, man. After a few hours, we camped in Wadi Gurmela, a small, low rainwater depression where the abundance of water running during the rainy season was indicated by the numerous wells, which now, however, were dried up. The following day, we moved southwards over the hills of Kaligan, a series of separated, irregular peaks in a chain running more or less to the west, with the highest and most considerable peak at the western end of the chain. Towards evening, after crossing the Wadi Shuk and the Wadi Hudde, we reached the village of Murra in a river valley of the same name, with the people of Wadai called Manjobok. It is one of the main resources of the Butecha, with a bed of clean sand and gravel, devoid of vegetation. In the village of Murra, a Bagirmi colony settled by King Ali. There were perhaps around 100 huts. This village, as well as Olombo, also a Bagirmi colony on the opposite bank of Murra, with nearly 400 huts, was distinguishable by the cleanliness and the good architecture of its huts, and by the appearance of measure of prosperity. زادات حتى الباقيين كان مختلفوا. As I have already said, page 67 to 8, the king was extremely fond of these Bagirmi colonists, who in agriculture and handcrafts and in artistic schools were much superior to his own subjects. Bagirmi, they were good with architecture, with agriculture, handcrafts, and artistic skill. يعني نشوف الباقيري مش أجانب لكن محلهم كان مشاف أنظف وأحسن من الوضاعي هم ذاته قاعدين in this village. The district though which we were travelling had why is he said how far is that from travelling had so far a predominantly sand and rocky soil with stunned acacias, soap trees and Ziziphus sinca christia, and was like a steep. Only on the banks of the streams was there an
There's bank at that time.
luxuriant plant growth. Huh?
Only one, only on the bank of the stream. This is like river bank,
Yeah.
not bank, not.
Yeah, yeah, of course not, of course not. Come on.
Because even there today, they put the money in a flow.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make change, you go there and change your money in a flow.
That's crazy.
This is chat today. Maybe back in the day they don't have nothing.
You can read.
This polygram, yeah.
Yeah, this someone speaking, yeah. But I don't like the sound, it's annoying because let me see if I can change it. Nah, it's rubbish, it's rubbish. Sounds like a robot. Now let me just read it myself. The next day, January 19, ascending from Manjuba, we passed through the Olombo village, crossed in a more or less continuous easterly direction. The river valley of the same name, which is also reckoned part of the Manjobo, and shortly forwards another valley, Yoye, those whose waters likewise ran into Manjubo, with the Askanit villages on its banks. In the afternoon, we camped in the sandy bed of the Wadi Kodoni, called by the Wadai people Wadi Lobodi, which is one of the sources of the Buteha. And does it mean watermelons when it says Buteha? But I don't know. The landscape was similar to that of the day before. Stunned mimosa on the light soil mixed with humus.
Belongs to town to the northwest.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. intersected by layers of rock and a few steeply rising rocky peaks. Dukhan, Dukhan and cotton were the only crops. To the north, we saw on the way a group of hills which belonged to the Tama. Okay, so now they're getting closer. On the northwest bank of the Lobodi were two villages called Matombona, and on its southeast bank a third village, Lien. Oh my days, there's still nowhere near Darfur, man. The following days, to suit the convenience of companion, Shamsuddin, who was a sort of acting chief of our caravans, Sheikh El Gafila, we did not set off until 9:30 a.m. Hajj Ahmed was still kept back by the king, who could bring himself to permit his most faithful adviser to depart only after careful consideration had been given to every possible eventuality. Two men more different than Shamsuddin and Hajj Ahmed Tangata could indeed scarcely be imagined. The former nearly 6 feet high and correspondingly broad and stout, such giants are not uncommon among the Jalaba. So the Jalaba were big people.
Yeah, Jalabo because they slave trader.
Yeah, no, they're big people. But even then, they are slave traders. I was about to say, but seemed to sink under the burden of keeping his heavy body moving. He retired to his tent early in the evening and in the morning could not be roused to break camp. Hajj Ahmed, on the other hand, of less than middle height, slight and delicately built, full of life and energy, could not bring himself to seek his bed after midnight. After our evenly meal together, he told stories by of the campfire of events from his richly varying experience, and long before daybreak he was already again pressing to move on. Next day, to January 20, we maintained our general east-south-east direction, left Lien, which may lay before us to the south, and further along our road in the same direction, another hamlet of only about 30 huts, and came at midway to the large village of Eid al Gara, with us perhaps 150 huts. Far away from the northwest, we had seen in front of us the day before a group of hills belonging to the Tama, and to the east northeast, a short day's march away, the Toran Mountains. Torani Mountains, I don't know the pronunciation. Oh man, this is long, man. Our road, however, rose gradually and continuously, as had also been the case for a lesser degree on the preceding days. The ground was alternately rocky and sandy, and there was little change in the trees, mainly nabak, nabak, kai, arid, and talha, two kinds of acacia, jahja, and hejlij. After skirting some other villages, we reached Tiwema Tiwamut with 80 huts. During the afternoon, then left Mustahiha to the south, and towards evening camped near Fideli in a small river valley where siwak was growing. Kuba the inhabitants will die.
You know what the name of the city, because
Mm.
we speak different language, maybe we
Yeah, pronouncing it wrong, yeah. Definitely. You know any of the places, have you recognized them?
no no
Mm.
place I recognize.
Cool, cool, cool.
Because just like me, I'm speaking English. You don't understand what I mean.
No problem, no problem. If when you recognize a place, tell me.
Okay.
Remeli, but by travelers of Wadi Kuno, the same name as that of the village on its eastern banks. The following day, January the 21, after a 4-hour march, during which we passed the large villa of Rakana, distinguished by its walls and magnificent haras, and with at least
Harazu طبعا شجر.
yeah, yeah, acacia, albida, albidada, and with at least 200 huts, we came forward the east to well-known Bir Tuli, the capital of the eastern border region and the residence of the governor, the Akid Es-Sabah. Akid Es-Sabah. It actually consists of two villages, the original one and the new one founded by the Akid, in which he himself and his own people mostly live. The mountain group we had seen in the distance to the northeast was now to our north, and the Turin Mountain, which was neither, was southwest from us. A chain of peaks some 2 days' march distance and belonged to the Masalit region. Okay, so now we're close. Occupied the whole of the country to the southwest and south. As on the previous days, our road was climbed gradually, but now descended into the valley of the Wadi Delal, close by about 100 paces wide, with low banks and a deep sandy bed. You know what's interesting? There have been no Arab people here
At that time,
so far. No, like so far we haven't seen like any like Rizagat, Syria or them people, just African people. Apart from the Jalaba that are with them,
one after
no one is Arab. They're definitely, but like in these places, they weren't living here. So it's interesting. January, the what season is this? Kharif or
now,
Cheetah? January. Like in
January.
Africa,
January
what
is
season? It's Cheetah. What's Cheetah again? Is it when it's cold or when it's hot?
yeah, cold.
Cold. Okay. I don't know. Do they move around when it's hot or cold? Which one do they when they move?
Even here in Europe,
Hmm.
January is cold.
Yeah.
يلا هو انت قصدك مثلا التنقل مش يعني الهجرة من مكان لمكان.
عشان العرب يلا هم بتين when did they move؟ انت عارف or you don't know؟
يلا شوف هم الهجرة دي مثلا الفترة بتاعت الخريف
Hmm.
مثلا بيجوا من الجنوب مثلا يمشي الشمال. الفترة بتاعت الصيف كمان بمشي الجنوب كده.
Hmm.
لكن يلا بعد ده على حسب الزول عنده شنو، شوف عنده جمال ولا عنده بقر.
Hmm. Interesting.
أنا طبعا ما زول بتاع بادية فعشان كده ما
You right
بقدر
now. No problem.
أسمع زول.
Yeah, that's all we need, the nomad to tell us,
Yeah, nomads from Darfur, you will know everything about this.
Of course. No, even just a nomad from the Sahel, because probably they move at similar times,
No. Sahel don't have more cows like Darfur. You know what? Some people in Darfur even have like 2 million cows. Nobody in Sahel have
Holandi people, maybe?
oh, you know, there's only country in Africa that have more cows than Sudan.
Which country?
Sudan.
True. No country has more cows than Sudan.
What?
You said no country has more cows than Sudan.
Where?
No, you.
I say Sudan they have cow more than Sahel country. Because Sudan they have grass. The grass grow normally. You don't need to do anything. Especially like Darfur, Darfur and Kordofan, they have more cows.
This was the pinnacle border village. So now we're like, because you said the Masalit people are real close. So we're close to the border now. This was the pinnacle border village. The whole company had to assemble here and then be guided by Aqid Esbah and his men through the uninhabited desert as far as the first village of Darfur. So now we're going to a desert place. We had
هم المصاريف دول ساكنين they live in a border.
yeah, of course.
They are between each other كده. So
Mm-hmm.
they stuck in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
صح. ما هو قال في جبال وما شايف في جبال قال 2 days march away belonging to the Masalit region. ما نقربوا إلى دارفور. We found some Jalaba who had gone ahead already camped in the river valley, sheltered in accordance with the practice of these experienced travelers, not only in huts but also on the verandas. There were camped together Hajj Ahmed's people, Shams Edina, some other Jalaba, himself with some of those poor pilgrims from the far west, who are called Tekarin, native of Takrur on the Niger, a luxury articulates which had been unable to sell in Wadai and one of those adventurers from Egypt who roam around the whole of the Muslim world, sometimes as pilgrims, sometimes as dervishes or as storytellers. We surrounded our camp with a zariba. What's it? What zariba? Dish no?
الزريبة ده يلا المهل اللي بيكون فيه البحاي
Mm,
يعني مثلا زي شنو أنا ما أعرف بالإنجليزي ده يعني مثلا مهل التاني أخدت فيه بقر والغنم
mm. Yeah. And then we surrounded our camp with a zariba and enclosed of fawns quickly constructed from the abundant supply of acacia.
القش
Tak,
والقش
yeah.
من القش صح؟
La acacia, this is tree.
مم.
Type of tree. You know? Like here. Like this.
أوكي ده يلا ده بيشبه القرد في شجر بيقولوا قرد
Hmm. Yeah, I forgot the name of this tree, but even in my grandparents' house, they have a tree that has this stuff.
ده بيقولوا شجر القرد يعني مسكيت
Hmm.
ده شجر مسكيت
Hmm.
شجر
Nah,
المسكيت ده طبعا
this one is too fat, but the other one is like it's more like this. It's like skinny, brown and skinny like this. But anyway, Takarin is one of the various plural forms of Takrur, meaning someone from Takrur. The original Takrur was a state on the lower Senegal, mentioned as early as the 18th century. It was the of state even the shadows of his name
لكن انت
required
قال
by
شنو
the.
يا عادي كيف هسي اسم
Mm.
بتاع التقارير يعني مثلا في السعودية أو في السودان
Mm.
يعني بكتبوا أي زول مثلا هاوسي بقول لهم
West
تقارير
African, yeah. Oh.
يعني حاجة كده أنا ما كان فهمتها إلا زمان مشيت في الإنجيل
Yes, كان civilization كان مملكة. It was a state on the lower Senegal.
لكن يلا في السعودية يعني بيشوفوه زي kind of insulting
Mm.
ما كده كان
Jose, you know how every West African person in Sudan, but these are West African, like Sudanese people, they call them falata, even like sometimes they don't know that there's a difference between house and Fulani, but they still call them falata.
والله وشوف أنا لا يعني ليه يعني إلا بعد ما مشيت في غرب أفريقيا توي فهمت الفرق
Mm-hmm. فرق
بين
كبير.
الناس ديل يعني مثلا ده برناوي براو وحوسة براو كان أنا ما بعرف كرامتي أنا بقول الناس دول كلهم سوا بس
Mm-hmm.
عرفت بعدين
One
اكتشفت
name.
إنه هي زول براو يعني هي زي سيستم لكن هم كمان بيعيشوا سوا مع بعض يعني
Yeah, diamond eye, huh?
مناطقهم قريبة من بعض كتير
So like even me, I think like the term like how like they say like the noble people, like even this term is like modern term, like even themselves they don't use this word, in their own languages. So it's interesting.
But which Nuba you mean? The original one or the Nuba in the north?
No, the mountain ones in South Kordofan.
The mountain one they call Nuba.
Yeah, but this is a word people use to describe them. It's not a word that they came from their own language,
No. Nobody describes it. Because Nuba it mean gold. Nuba is not
But in
gold.
their own language, do they use this word? I don't think so.
They use this word, yeah. Because
Because even me,
this back in the days, long time.
you like from but I'm talking about when the Arab people came, where they're using this word to describe the noble people using this word to describe all the people around there
Yeah.
themselves.
You know the 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 term Nubas even before Arab came.
I know.
Now
Am I
you
gonna go look?
now you make me like that person, Musa or
Musa, Musa.
Moses. You know him, the Moses in TikTok.
No, 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 no.
That guy from he have like agenda about Bantu, and Bantu is original people in Africa. Yeah,
No, I don't know, man. But I see those crazy people.
yeah. Not everything by Arab.
No, 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 no Bantu in Sudan, man. We don't have Bantus in Sudan.
Yeah, we have Bantu language in Sudan.
Bantu language, but not Bantu people.
Bantu is language, it's not people.
Yeah, but the only people that speak like I don't even think maybe it's I don't Bantu language in Sudan. I don't even think that exists.
Yeah, it exists. If you don't know, it exists, Bantu language.
Bantu language in Sudan. Which tribe speaks this language? Because they're no
Any Niger Congo, before Niger Congo,
Bantu.
Bantu
Yeah.
language. Bantu is
Mm,
not people. Bantu is language. It's
mm.
language, linguistic.
Yeah, Bantu is speaking in the some by some people in the Nuba Mountains
Hmm.
by the Kowalib, Katala, and Rashad.
Yeah, of course.
You see, Niger Congo. Yeah, this all the no. I'm actually wrong. This is the Bantu people. The Bantu are here. The pink people.
This this
No,
this language,
yeah,
Bantu's language.
yeah.
Native
Bantu is
language.
the red people. The pink people here. You see.
Yeah,
So
but
now
it's
we don't.
linguistic term only.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no Bantu people in Sudan. They're all here in
No.
South Africa. Because then you have the Niger Congo. You see the FFF. This is all Fulani. FFFFF. We have Wolof, Serer, Susu, Mandinka, Yoruba, Igbo, Edo, Nupe, many. Soninke, even Soninke is Bantu language. It's Niger Congo. I never knew.
The Bantu language is very big.
Yeah.
You find it anywhere. You find it in West Africa, in Central Africa, and even in the South Africa. You
Mm.
find Bantu
Yeah.
language.
Kosa, Zulu.
This all Bantu language.
Yeah. Was Then we had to wait for Hajj Ahmed and those who had claimed on the kings of Wadai generosity were to receive their camels. And finally, it was necessary to supply ourselves with provisions for both man and beast for the main part of the journey which lay ahead. The Mohammedan festival of sacrifice was to be celebrated in 10 days. Okay, Saeed. The Mohammedan festival. خواجات I don't know every day they like say they don't like I don't know ما أعرف ليه ما بقول the Muslim festival they always say Muhammadan you know it's not like Christianity it's no we're not crazy about a human being you know when if someone is a good Muslim they don't say this person was strong Muslim they always say this guy was a strong Muhammadan a strong believer of the Muhammadan faith you know
مهم. يلا شوف الناس دي زمان الكلام ده ما هسه
yeah
ما بكون عارف الإسلام كويس والمسلم
يا ما بعرفه يا دائما كلهم ذاته ناس كان في عبيد لما بشيلهم أمريكا بقول هم محمدان or they know how to speak the Mohammedan language you know
مهم.
ما بعرفه even they didn't know about Islam properly
والله شوف الموضوع ده زمان كان صعب شوي
mm-hmm. Man his هنا is describing Eid al-Dhiyah
مم.
the Mohammedan the Mohammedan festival of sacrifices was to be celebrated in 10 days the way you wrote is funny and any further movement before that date was therefore from the beginning unlikely. Bir Toli is one of the few market centers in Wadai, of which, apart from the capital of Beshe and Nirmo, the town of native Jalaba, the town of the native Jalaba, there are only four altogether. The market, which has held there on Friday, was, however, a great disappointment to us, being conspicuous by the absence of everything that was worth having, with the exception of دخن. أنا هنا مرة قاعد يستخدم the term جلاب هنا كاتب the native جلابة معنى I think معنى trader ما
مهم.
معنى جلابة بتاعت الشماليين هنا
التجار
yeah
لكن التجار دول بيجوا من الشمال
mm. لكن هو قاعد the native جلابة معنى ناس ما جاي من البلد ما ناس جاي من برا. You see, I don't know. لكن هم ليه only people في السودان قدام التام جلاب عشان هم only people that do trade you know ولا هو كان أكتر ناس they do trade.
يلا هم مش بعملوا تجارة لكن التجارة اللي هم كانوا بعملوها تجارة بتاعت عبيد بس
Yeah, okay, like you can say the same thing about the Sultan of Darfur who كمان ذاته كان بتاجر بعبيد.
لكن يلا الاختلاف إنه الاسم ده اشتهروا به الشماليين
Mm.
حتى مرات بقول لك البحار صح؟
بحر
بقول لك يعني الناس بتاع البحر حتى مبارك ولا مبارك بقول لك الناس دي بحارة جايين من البحر يعني أولاد البحر كده
mm.
ده لكن بيستخدمون الدارفور الدارفور يزول من الشمال من التجار بتاع الرغيف ده بقول له بحاري يعني زول جاي من البحر
Mm.
عرفت؟
Mm.
ف لكن ده زمان طبعا ما هسه
Yeah,
يلا
interesting.
كل مرة كل ما زمن يتغير الأسماء بتتغير لكن
Mm.
الاسم بتاع الجلابة ده ما هيتغير للآن
Yeah.
يعني ما
Shouldn't be used anymore, you know.
لا قاعدين يستخدموا يلا هسه
قاعدين يستخدموا لكن هم ما تاني ما هم التجار أكتر في السودان ولا لسه هم.
ما خلاص يلا شنو حاجة تاريخية يعني خلاص تاني ما بقدروا يغيروا
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense لسه تستخدمه you know.
ما هو doesn't make sense لكن هسه SPLA مستقبلين مصطلح الجلابة الحركات المسلحة جد جاي يقول الجلابة خلاص معناه ما انتهى لسه المصطلح ده مستخدم يعني
Yeah, مستخدم but I don't like it you know.
you don't like it but you still use it
Yeah.
what you can do man it is what it is
It is what it is, like you say, but you can change, you know? You don't have to copy.
ما هو والله أنا ما أعرف ده يغيروا كيف لكن ده ما بيتغير تاني ده الناس بيشوفوه كده
If
إلا
you
إذا
say that, if you go to Nailing or Nailing, that makes more sense, you know?
make sense لكن الشغلة دي
Shamal and Nili, Shamal and Nili, that makes more sense, you know?
يلا شوف المشكلة بالموضوع ده لأنه فيه إذلال يعني عملوا للشعوب إذلال الحاجة دي ما بتنسي الأسبوع إلا يرجعوا
Mm.
للناس دي حقهم
Mm.
يعني يكون لهم شيم كده يعني زي
Yeah.
الزول يقول لك الزول ده كوس مثلا
Dogwitch reward, yeah. Because, you know, like, yeah. Because even there's two meanings, like, sometimes someone say, أنا جلابي, doesn't mean أنا شمالي, means like I'm rich, mush.
sometime yeah sometime
Yeah.
I'm rich لكن الكلام ده قاصدين به يعني
Look, look,
تفهم
look. Even in the way of the word, why is the word jalabi the one word associated with the North people means rich? Mush.
مهم. yeah
You see. Are you thinking?
yeah it mean rich but لكن أصلا الكلام ما هم قاصدين به إنه زول rich لا هنا قاصدين به حاجة تانية وده المصطلح بالطريقة اللي قاعدين يستخدموه معظم الحركات المسلحة
Mm,
يقول لهم يا جماعة انتوا والله كرروا والصابرين فين
mm. As in Abashi, trading was in the hands of women, and we had little contact with the male part of the population. In addition to the dukhan and the flour made from it, they also portioned kisra, the dry flat cakes of dukhan flour, which as such a favorite food for travelers. Hmm. They are soaked in little water and the meal is ready. There are a few hens for sale. Goats and sheep were practically unobtainable, and even milk was a great rarity. Although some sections of the Mahamid, okay, هذا قربوا, first time seen them. Some sections of the Mahamid Arabs had their winter pastures close by. The women sold their scanty provisions in exchange for cotton strips, tashaka, which are customary in Bir Tuli, only 40 to 50 centimeters wide and loosely woven. The much broader and more durable stripes Tagia Deboba described earlier, used in Abashi and Nirmo, were not in use in Bir Tuli. Various kinds of beads were also very popular as a medium of exchange, including the small white beads Suksuk Abyad, which in Abashi are called Sini, and about 5 pounds of which could be exchanged for one Makhta Tromba, or a piece of cotton cloth, and small red beads called Suksuk Ahmar, also called Murjan Todo, 3 pounds of which cotton cost one Makta Tromba in Abashi. Large red clay beads, Kadur, used for the Wadai woman's head ornaments described earlier, and a kind of green glass bead, Shagig, used for the same purpose. There were finally proclaimed beads with black and white stripes, and imitation coral, Morjan, Kedeb. Oh, if Mabak was here, maybe we could ask him if the words they're saying is the true, you know?
yeah Mabak because he
Yeah.
speak even he speak his own dialect
Yeah, this is all of the stuff in the language. In addition to these beads, clothes, garmofol, and little pieces of sandal, dufor were also used as a medium of exchange. See, there was no currency, just trading, you know?
yeah يعني بعملوا تبادل مثلا
Yeah.
كده أنا أديك كده صح
hmm
يعني مثلا ده يجيب
Suk, Masik, the whole fi suk and other stuff, you know?
مثلا دقيق
Mm,
المهم تبادل.
yeah, exchange. But all these things circulated only in very small quantities. To collect our supplies for several days, a whole day was necessary, and only an inconsiderable applicant of cunning and of the arts of persuasion. Only very seldom did one succeed in inducing the owner of a corn or flour to deal in a considerable quantity worth perhaps $1. With great stubbornness, the saleswomen limited themselves to offering a few handfuls of on a store plate, and for even this small quantity it was necessary to haggle, as if one was buying a whole bushel. Man, what can I? They didn't want to sell. They didn't want to sell the flour, so they had to haggle. Haggle زي مش. That's one thing I hate about not Africa. Most of them, but any a lot of countries do this in the East, Africa and Asia. Like مش لازم تحنك مع الزول، لازم تقول له كده كده كده.